I'm Onyedika Tate. I'm a bags and accessories designer. I'm originally from the UK, mixed British and Nigerian, and I'm currently living and working in Denmark. I did an art diploma after school. I made some small purses and bags, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Turning something 2D into something 3D in a way that I think is a bit different from clothing, because when you do clothes or shoes, you always have a defined form that goes inside, whereas the shape of a bag, you really have to design that into the pattern pieces, and that's kind of what I love about it. When you're in a new place, you kind of look at things with new eyes, and it might just be somebody in front of you and the way that they're wearing their bag. But sometimes when you're in your normal routine, maybe you wouldn't catch it. So I can say that travel has an impact on like keeping you sharp in terms of the way that you take in information and inspiration. I'm a big fan of like old school methods, like going to the library. So I really love to go and look at books, also from different disciplines, sometimes magazines about really specific, obscure crafts, stuff that you wouldn't normally look at, but also the way that people dress, the way that people wear things. When I see somebody with a broken bag, for example, and they've like made a little DIY fix, like tying it with some string or whatever they could find, I really love that kind of stuff. So if you ever see me biking around like with my phone looking unsafe, it's probably because I'm trying to photograph like the bag of the person in front of me. Right? And it's all about the discussion and a bit of conflict. There are certain fields where it's more normal to see people of colour, and fashion is one of those spaces. I would say that it kind of comes at a trade-off. Like, yes, everybody expects that there's a few cool black girls or guys around working in fashion, but that's also your role. That's also kind of how people see you. My presence here kind of justifies this. You feel safe that you're inclusive and you're diverse because, you know, look, we have one. So yeah, there's a privilege to it in some ways compared to other, if we look at other industries, but it's complex, honestly. And like you will cross that whole range of emotions throughout your career on a day-to-day basis. It would probably be homeware or lifestyle. My dad's a carpenter, or if not, perfume. It's not typically a product in the same way, but I don't know, I think that scents are so amazing, the way that they can make you recall different memories or feelings. And it is by design. I think it's kind of a fascinating science. Okay, the song is called Cruising, and it's by a really niche Norwegian saxophone player, and also Anything by Doechii. I'm actually going to see her next week with my sister. This one is really, really hard because in some way I feel like when you get that idea moment, they're all your favorite design. But some of the most fun things to work on, like the first runway collection that we did at Rains, for example, for the show Hero, it was so fun to work on, you know, kind of like making these rough mock-ups and then like throwing them on over all these puffer jackets and kind of just, so it's really difficult to answer.
I know.
Feel like you forget how to walk. Favorite food? It's so difficult to say. Also because I don't want to sound like basic, you know? No, I really don't. One of the first things that comes to my head is the Sunday roast, but I'm like, girl, you can't say that. Like, British food is so mid. I honestly don't know. Oh, pho. I mean, anytime, what, you know, season, mood, whatever, like probably pho. Vietnamese food in general actually is like really good. It's always a win. Saved from like mediocrity. Oh, can you imagine?